Let's check out their story, see how they did it. Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
Lori here.
Wow, in this video, we're going to talk to a young couple. They retired, Lori, at 42 years old and 34 years old. Wow. Think about that, Lori.
Yeah, it's so great to see them retire early. Of course, they work so hard to save the money.
Yeah, and that's the key. They did save their money. They're not trust fund babies. They didn't win the lottery or anything like that. Let's go, and we're going to meet them out in the garden here.
Okay, let's go.
Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on with us. I forgot to bring you along with us. Okay, come on, let's go. Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels, and today I want to introduce you to Jason and
Hera.
And we've just met them. They came down to Mexico, and in talking to them, I had no idea about their story or anything else. Well, we found out they are a young couple involved in the F.I.R.E movement, which means, what does that mean?
Financially independent, retire early.
Financially independent and retire early. And this couple has done that. And that excites me. And that's why we wanted to shoot this little video out to you and see what their life is all about and their lifestyle. Now, you guys are traveling through Mexico?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how long have you been traveling?
Oh, this time about 2 months.
2 months.
Every winter we try to spend a couple months down here, get away from the cold weather up north.
Okay. Jason has retired. Believe it or not, he has retired. And he's been retired for how many years?
3 years now.
3 years. So that's great. And so you've been coming down to Mexico together for 3 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're driving.
Yeah, sometimes we fly down, but we have a dog. And so for longer stays, it's easier to drive down with a dog.
Okay. Now, where have you been traveling on this particular trip?
Oh, let's see. We came down the coast, visited Mazatlan, worked our way over to Guanajuato, Querétaro, Puebla, Oaxaca, and we had to see the monarch butterflies.
Oh, good.
In Morelia.
Okay.
And then we're staying in Guadalajara at the moment.
Okay. So you've come down to Ajijic to visit us. Well, that is great. Now, I got to ask this question. You can see how young they are, and we know they've retired, but the big issue is, the big thing, are you a trust fund baby? Did
No.
you inherit all your money?
No.
No.
Nothing from my parents.
Nothing from your parents, okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So nobody ever gave you money to retire on? You strictly have done that by yourself?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit of a secret on how that has come about?
Well, I didn't know anything about the F.I.R.E movement actually when this all started. I wish I had. I wish I had started saving a lot earlier. But I was fortunate. My company was downsizing and offered a little golden parachute, which was enough to, I thought, maybe take a year off. But I also knew I had to reduce my expenses. So in order to do that, I sold my expensive house in the city, moved to the suburbs, and rented half of the house out.
Okay.
And that allows us to live cheaply in our little basement apartment while we're not traveling.
Okay.
And then the rest of the time we're on the road, finding cheap places on Airbnb and such.
Okay. So you downsized. And then when you say did you buy another home or are you renting?
We bought another less expensive home.
Okay.
So we don't have the big mortgage payment that we did before.
I see. And you've got it divided up. So
Yes.
now you even have a lower overhead.
Exactly.
Okay. And now, how about cars and stuff like that? How many cars do you have?
We have 3 cars,
Yeah.
but they're all old.
Yes,
Okay.
all
And
paid off.
I bought a used car that was 12 years old, specifically for driving to Mexico.
Okay.
It's one that doesn't have all the fancy electronics that break down on you. It's easier to maintain, and we got one that we knew we could get parts
Okay.
here in Mexico.
Okay. So you're frugal. You bought downsized your cars, or sounds like you always have been driving affordable cars.
Well, no, I did. Again,
Mercedes.
yeah, back when I was making lots of money at a job, of course, I had my fancy new car, and we were eating out every day. That all changed.
Okay.
Yeah, so now we cook at home,
Okay.
drive used cars.
Okay. So you don't have the Range Rover anymore.
No.
the Mercedes in that particular case. And so do you feel that you're deprived?
No, not at all. If anything, we feel like our life is more enriched, and just a feeling of just a cultural. And we just in Seattle, we actually feel more claustrophobic because everyone is more of a divided community. And here, it's a sense of community and family, and you'll never know who you'll meet.
Yeah.
It's a much richer lifestyle.
than you have right now. Now you've been retired for 3 years now. Are you getting bored?
Oh no.
No?
I think we're busier now.
Right.
You know, we used to get bored. I used to get bored when I go into work and sit at the desk and shuffle papers all day long. And now every day it's something different.
Okay.
New people, new places.
So what recommendation? So let's just say another couple is watching this, young couple, and what recommendation, what would you give them? What type of advice would you give them? Because you're doing it.
Well, the one thing I wish I had done sooner was saving more of my income. I learned, when you're working, of course, you don't have as much energy, so you end up eating out more. You feel like you have to keep up appearances, so you're spending more money on fancy cars and whatnot. That stuff really isn't that important. And with just a few years of saving a good portion of your income, you can be financially independent. And then what you find is you don't need all that. When you're happy with life because you're outside during the daytime, getting all the good sun, and traveling more.
Yeah.
I used to look older than this, but since I retired, I've lost 10 years of
He's aging backwards.
I'm aging
Yeah,
backwards.
very, very stress-free in that
Exactly.
regard. So now I got to ask that, since you brought that up. How old are you?
45, just turned 45.
45. He looks about 35, don't you think? And
I'm 37.
37, okay. And so how long have you two been together?
That's 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, it's
okay.
going on
The other side
4.
benefit of retiring is I had more time to meet the love of my life.
Oh yeah, okay. So you met through that, and then you're from Cambodia. Okay, okay. And so, what from a woman's perspective, of traveling and stuff like that. A lot of times, especially at your age, that's the time of the years where you want to accumulate. You're thinking about bigger houses. You're thinking about a lot of stuff like that. I mean, from the woman's side of it, how do you feel with this lifestyle that you guys have?
Well, we've had it, and it was keeping up with the Joneses. It was more keeping up with appearances, and then you prioritize what you want. Do you want financial freedom, or do you want to be burdened to slaves to that big house?
Yeah, okay.
And I've had friends that are around my age and that have the big house and the cars and the kids, and they haven't done anything with their life. They haven't traveled, haven't seen the world because they feel obligated. And it's actually, for us, it's the freedom that we can't put a price on. So.
Yeah. So then, are you debt free?
Yes.
You don't have it. You don't owe anybody any money.
Oh, we do have a small mortgage, but again, having renters in the house covers that.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah.
Okay. Is the plan to get that all paid off?
Well, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Letting renters pay off your mortgage
Yeah.
so that when real retirement hits at 55, 60, then the house will be paid off
Okay.
also.
When you mean real retirement, you mean when you can at
When we
59
can actually draw on Social Security.
Right. Okay. Because you are really retired now, and that.
But I can't get my pension from the company or the Social Security until I
Okay.
reach
Okay.
a certain age.
Okay.
So it's a semi-retirement. I have to be frugal until
Okay.
it kicks in.
Yeah, let me ask you this: what is it cost you on an annual basis to live?
We live on about $2,000 a month
$2,000 a month.
Approximately.
Okay. And that
But-
includes your travel too.
and travel.
Okay.
Yeah. But we're able to do that because our housing is subsidized by the renters.
Right.
And we cook for ourselves.
Okay.
which
So
saves a
even
lot of money.
even as you're traveling, you're actually cooking for yourself.
We do quite a bit. And of course, here in Mexico, sometimes you can get very cheap street food or comida familia. If you eat in somebody's home for 50 pesos, you get a complete meal.
Oh, great, great. So that way you're getting the experience of being with the local people
Yes.
and eating. So well, this is fantastic. I'm just really excited to meet you guys and sharing with our audience the little helpful hints and tips on how they maybe be able to reach their FIRE and retire early
And financially independent.
and financially independent. And that's a key thing, to be debt-free so you don't have that burden. You don't, you're not owing anybody because you become slave to the people that you owe money to. And the interest, I mean, you save a huge amount of money because you're not paying interest on it.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a key factor that makes it work here. So, well, great. This is fantastic. Now, make some comments if you have any comments here, and we'll get back with you and see if we can answer them. Is that good?
Sounds good.
Okay, good. Okay.
Nice to meet you, Terry.
Aren't they the greatest?
And hi, Lori.
Bye. Hi.
Oh, Lori, come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Here, let's get Lori in the picture here. Lori's been behind the camera all this time.
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah, she's been behind the camera, so she's been doing a great job. Thank you, Lori. More exciting videos to choose from. We have over 370 videos to choose from, and we have videos on traveling, Mexico, living in Mexico, living in different parts of the world on a budget. See my picture down below, touch on it, and you will subscribe. It's absolutely free, 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 free.